And that is the main freaky course. What goes good with fish? What goes good with fish? That goes good with fish. Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the World Wide Web, and welcome to another interesting episode of Stone Kitchen. As always, I am your most excellent host, the Skippy. Skippenstein vom Doctor, yeah. And today's episode is brought to you by the Strawberry Music Festival. I just recently came back from a wonderful time over at the Strawberry Music Festival, which is a music festival that happens in Yosemite at the Hetch Hetchy Reservoir, and not at Strawberry, California. A lot of people get that mixed up. And while there, I did a lot of things, including some light cooking and a Greek Euro and Greek foods booth. That was a little slice of interesting. Possibly a video to come on that. I don't know. I have to take a look at what everybody got on that one. However, we are here tonight making something that was gifted to me while we were there. So let's pan in so you see what's got my amazing interest. Right here I'm sauteing some butter. Well, moreover, I'm melting butter. I want a lot of this in this pan here. Probably about a third of a stick. And we'll scrape all the butter off. Now, I like the fact that we're cooking with propane here because the thing that we're fixing tonight, the gift that I received at Strawberry, is some beautiful, fresh rainbow trout. Look at that. Nobody has to see that mess. There it is, all cleaned out and ready to go. There's two, as my dear friend and I are about to embark on a wonderful, wonderful traditional dinner of fish and chips. So we got some zesty Ore-Ida fries. We're hoping that they come out like Rally's fries. A little name drop there, but we like Rally's fries around here. They're pretty bomb. So, the trick to this, you want your butter, the fire for your butter needs to be low so that you don't burn it. Something I like to do is introduce all of the seasonings as the butter is melting, but before you introduce your food to it. And this way, the flavor of all of your seasonings will be introduced with the flavor of the butter while we poach the fish meat. And this will allow the meat to drink all of the flavors and marinate in them under the small heat, the simmering nature that is propane. Don't we love it? We've taken our trout and we have opened the fillet portion and we have put it face down in the pan so that all of the meat can soak up the butter. So we're going to cook it like this for a few minutes. So we're back. It's been about a minute and a half or 2 minutes. And already you can see the desired result in the process. So we're going to zoom in here for just a second and we're going to show you what we're dealing with. Now, if you look right here, you can see how the skin is just rolling right off of there. See how I can get my fingers up under there? Yeah. What we're doing is we're poaching the fillet. This this allows the skin to blanket in the flavor. It gets real aromatic, circulates throughout the meat. I kind of wish the fish heads were still on here because then I could just grab it and peel it all back and it would expose beautiful fillets halfway through the process. You could turn them. But I digress. This is still very doable. Just a little handiwork with a knife. Oh, the Buddha. Hello, Buddha. Rub the happy Buddha's tummy. Rub the Buddha tummy. No, really, look. Straight up, it's the Buddha. That's the Buddha bottle. That's the Buddha bottle for the Buddha beer. With the beads and the crazy ships. It's been about 5 minutes, give or take, and we've already moved on. Here in the pan, you'll see, we started the second fish. Now, make sure when you're doing this, if and when you do this at home, my favorite people, that you keep your fire low. If you don't keep the fire low, then you're going to burn the inside of the fillets. You got all this meat back here that's not touching the pan. And if you don't get this cooked evenly, then it's going to be a problem for you. Now, hopefully with this guy, we'll be able to show you what that entails. Moreover, when you're done, the bone should come out much in that same fashion. When you're cooking it in the pan, it'll just peel right out like the skin will, and it'll leave you with these lovely poached fillets. Isn't that great? Doesn't that look beautiful? Turn the camera, please. Thank you. Now, this is what I was telling you guys about. You don't have to have a fillet knife to do this. You just take a regular knife and you roll along the sides, and when the skin starts to come up like that, you find a corner, give it a little bit of pressure, and you just peel it back. It just comes off like that. Eventually, you get good enough that you could do strips of it like that. The longer it sits to poach, the more of the skin you get off that way. And after you get the skin off, then you can start to poach the sides of the fillet, which is the neat part because that's when it comes off of the bone. Right here, we'll spin this sideways, and you can see on the meat right there, the little rib bones. Now we get the skin off of this side like we're doing. And then, when we flip it over, it all just comes right off the bone. Well, now here we are. We got all the skin off of that guy. It's looking good, smelling nice. Keep it moving. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to peel it off of its belly. Careful as we can. One-handed, I mean. Here I am trying to use my other hand. Look at me. Can you tell I've had a little? And you lay it on its side, like so, and you continue to poach it. Look how easy any leftover skin comes off, just with the corner of a spatula. Already we got some separation. Is that going to mean what I think that it means? A little bit of pressure in there with the corner of your spatula. You see a separation line. I think it does mean what I think it means. Look at that already. See how that peeled off? And we just slide that off into the butter. In fact, we'll flip it over. And that's one. Look at that. Look at how nice that is. That's what it looks like with all the bones pulled out of it. Lovely, lovely poached rainbow trout. And like I said before, the bones just all pull right out of it in the pan when done correctly. Isn't that amazing how that happens? Isn't that just great? Such a nice meat. So kind to the body, so kind to the cook. There it is. Fish and chips, a little bit of tartar sauce. Still very nice. Bake the fries. It smells way good too. Got it on a paper plate, so I won't make too big of a mess. Thank you everybody for joining us for another episode of Stone Kitchen. It's been my pleasure to both prepare the food and then eat the food, and I hope that you enjoy preparing and eating your meal just as much as I did. I like that. Fish is really good food for us anyway. So, thank you again. Bon appetit.